Kelsey, Megan Thee Stallion's ex-best friend, has finally appeared out of the blue to do her first interview after the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez court case. And, you know, people had been looking for her. Everybody tried to do an interview with her. Right. She kind of stayed media silent, and she's been like the one wild card in this situation because some people believe that she was the one to pull the trigger and not Tory. And when she was on the stand and they asked her certain questions, she pled the fifth and never actually pointed Tory out as the actual shooter. So this interview was very crazy for a lot of reasons, because she's still being very tight-lipped about details regarding the shooting. Like, you're doing an interview about it, but you don't give us any real details. And also the way that she talks about Tory and the way that she discusses it, it just kind of brings more questions than it does answers about the entire situation. So I wanted to show you some of these clips and we'll react to them, but this interview's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
A great PR team.
You tell me when we watch this, and the audience tell us in the comments, does something feel fishy? And she also talks about the fact that there may be a video of the entire situation, which Wack 100 talked about like last month or a couple of weeks ago, saying that there was a video of the situation that was supposed to come out and basically make Tory Lanez
a free man, basically.
A free man, and ruin Megan Thee Stallion's career. But this is the interview. So the first thing that they started talking about, or one of the things I want to show a little bit, is how she was referring to Tory Lanez in the interview. Because when she talks about him, it's with a whole lot of respect, and there isn't as much bad blood as there is between her and Megan than there is with her and Tory, at least from the way that they're talking. And you know, Megan's been saying this whole time about how that she must have taken some money from Tory's camp or something, because the way she's acting doesn't make sense. But this is what happens when they ask her about Tory Lanez and just her general vibe. What you think?
Slimy.
How did you meet Tory?
I met him at an industry event, the Rock Nation brunch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What was that like? You got this 5'2" guy walking up to you.
Honestly, like, I don't have, other than obviously the infamous night, I don't have nothing bad to say about him. You know, the encounters we did have, he had good energy. He was happy. He was cool. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him.
Am I tripping?
That was dodgy as fuck.
Tell me I'm not tripping.
Like, yo, that was dodgy. That was a PR statement at its finest.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm not tripping. So look, so that's what she says, right? So then there's another question. How did Tory Lanez get you? Like, how did Tory Lanez get Kelsey? She dodges that one really quickly, but still very respectfully.
Yo, I need her on my dodgeball team.
So how did he get Kelsey?
How did he get Kelsey? You know, out of respect for, y'all know I'm in a relationship, and that was years ago. I don't even want to elaborate on that.
Okay. I was just wondering if he like sang to her or something, you know?
Nah.
But so
you get what I'm saying?
Dodgy.
Very weird energy. Now, then she starts to talk about the betrayal between her and Megan Thee Stallion, because apparently they were really best friends. She was kind of the one that, from her standpoint, was the one that kind of started Megan taking rap seriously. She recorded her first music video, or not her first music video. She recorded her rapping and put it on YouTube. They kind of got her down around the college that they were in, PV. Shout out to PV. But yeah, so this is her talking about the betrayal. And again, it's very strange. I don't know. Tell me what you think.
I did want to ask, is that night, the infamous night, the night that you actually found out about the betrayal?
It's crazy.
Now, for the people that don't know, the betrayal he's talking about is the fact that allegedly a big part of what happened kind of got blown out of proportion because Kelsey found out that Megan was also sleeping with Tory. Allegedly, that was the story. And that is kind of how things got blown out of proportion and people may or may not, shot. So,
yeah, it is. It is. To my knowledge, other than that, like, she was 100. Yeah. To my knowledge. So yeah, it did end up coming out that night that she had been betraying me or whatever, and of course it's like, damn, why it had to come out like this? Like, we should be able to. You should be able to come to me and say this. That way we can laugh in these niggas' faces, not these niggas laughing at us.
Supposed to be on the same team,
right? Exactly. And so, but for me, it's never about like, I'm not fixing to fall out with nobody behind no guy. Yeah. That's like the last thing. You know what I'm saying? But of course, there are principles. And of course, when you are this tight with somebody, we should never have to do that to each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did find out that night. Yeah.
Now the pain.
I'm not gonna hold you. Her publicist told her to tear up a little bit. I know she did. You saw it.
Yeah, it's a little tearing up, and I can't tell if that's real or not.
I was too, with all the other dodgy questions before it, I don't know if that was real.
Now, she was also went on to talk about like how the liquor changed all their lives that night and how that kind of stopped her from drinking as much and how they had like this hot girl like mentality and they were like, you know, let us drive the boat. That's like we them girls, we the turn up chicks, and that was their identity. That's the life that they were living. It was super fast. You know, her best friend's famous. They going to Rock Nation brunch, they drinking and going crazy everywhere. My
best friend famous, so I'm going too.
I'm famous too today.
Right.
So, you know, I'm talking to Tory Lanez because of her. Like I'm in the building because
of her. Right.
So she was just talking about how, you know, the drinking had an effect on everything. And I think that's something that a lot of people kind of don't include when they talk about this story, is how drunk that they all supposedly were, and how not only can that mean that, you know, people were not being themselves, but also that maybe people don't even know what happened that night.
Right, because you can't always remember stuff that happened the night that you was drinking, especially if you was, you know, drunk.
Exactly. Allegedly was part of the reason why they got kicked out of the party they were all at ahead of time, the Kylie Jenner party.
Yeah, so they was sloppy drunk.
Ability to recognize those things, you know, I'm so thankful that I was able to see that. I want to say maybe 2 times after that night, I got drunk out of being emotional, right? And I think it was my birthday. My birthday was a month after that incident, and maybe one more time. And I'm like, nah, this can't keep happening. You know what I'm saying?
Not the same.
You get so drunk, you turn into this different person. You wake up the next day, you don't know what the went down. You know what I'm saying? It's a scary thing. So yeah, nah, I can't. I'm good on getting drunk. I'm good on all that. Like.
So, you know, that's her again talking about how they were on liquor and how they made her a different person. So now, again, this is where it starts to get back to the weirdness, because I didn't understand this energy she had for this question. And it felt like she was kind of protecting Tory again.
Like, as we start walking back into the light in this specific conversation, I wanted to close that portion off with, you know, there was an apology, and you seem like a very genuine person. Do you, when you think about the 2 individuals, Tory and Megan, I would imagine, by the way you carry yourself, you don't even want the worst for them. You probably genuinely want the best for them still.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like a good or a bad thing, because some people would ask, like, you know, people that I've had these conversations with, like within my family, how can you still have sympathy for them? You know what I'm saying? I guess that's, like I said, my heart. People f up. You know, some mistakes you truly can't come back from. And you have to face consequences to some of the actions that, you know, that you do. But prior to that night, this was my sister, my best friend. And, you know, he was a friend to us. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, alcohol turned you into a different person.
Yeah.
I know, you know.
Wait, I want to show you something before you say something. You see how when she said that, she's leaving out words in the sentence, so you don't know exactly who she is. It's very, very calculated. It almost seemed like they got cut out, but she's not saying the words, but she's saying like
you, he, she.
Yeah, she didn't say.
She's not saying they, them.
She's not even saying they or them. She just turned into a different person. Like, it's weird. It's weird. No one talks like that.
They turned into a different person.
Yes.
He turned into a she. None of that. She's not using no pronouns.
You don't even know what she's talking about.
And,
no pronoun.
You know, he was a friend to us.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, alcohol turned you into a different person.
Yeah.
I know, you know, sober, this is not who you are. So, yeah, there is a part of me.
You.
Still.
Ooh.
You. This is not who you are. This is not
like,
what you can do.
No, I hope everything works out for her. And with his situation, it's unfortunate.
And then she brings up Megan's situation before she brings up Tory's. It's very strange.
She like trying to highlight what Megan got going on and kind of diminish the Tory part of it.
And look, I want to shout out the podcast because the interviewer is doing a good job, but I also know that before he even got them on the podcast, he had to agree to certain things. Mm-hmm. So he's not asking her any direct questions about what happened, who she should be mad at. I really feel like he did the interview in good faith because I'm not going to lie. I probably would have at least tried to get some type of some
type of reaction to
not even reaction, but clue into what happened. Like you don't have, how do you, because we can't even tell how she actually feels about it.
No.
Whose side are you on?
At all. Like her face is the most just
and it's very strange that if this guy did this horrible thing, you know what I'm saying, whether or not you're friends with, Megan anymore or not, you would think that you would have some type of, you could have lost your life too. Like if he was
dead serious.
Yeah, if that was
bullets don't have no name.
So it's very strange that you're taking this position if you aren't pro-Tory. And it seems like she's doing her best job not to be pro-Tory.
But it makes you look pro-Tory, sis.
I don't know. It's very strange. And so lastly, this is where it also gets very, very interesting. And again, I feel like I do this social media shit. I can tell when something is a look at alley hoop or thing. I know the games they play. This is good. But so Wack 100 is a talking head from the West Coast, super big internet gangster dude. Well, he's a Pyro gangster / dealer of information. Now he's a blogger. But anyway, he has been a part of some pretty big celebrity reveals, right?
Very much so.
Said a couple weeks ago that there's a video of the entire Tory Lanez situation that was shot by a girl who was with her parents, and that information, that the video is actually kept from court, and the video will be coming out, and when it comes out, it's gonna be the end of Megan Thee Stallion, because it shows that Tory wasn't the one who did X, right?
That's a big ass statement.
Yes, so it's this is the career-ending statement. You better
say something like that.
It's gotta be real.
He got to, because that's something that can end his career if it comes out and he's wrong.
Yeah, and he's saying he's in contact with Tory. He's talking to the team. He's trying to help get the video type of shit. That.
Now he said, free my nigga Tory.
So if it's real, then that's crazy. But they asked her about it, and I don't know. This kind of felt like she was up on game. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Because again, this happens at night, and from the way they said everything went down, you wouldn't think there's a video.
Right.
Watch this.
Wack 100, who is infamous for always putting some storyline about somebody out there. Now you have him saying, well, there's a video that's out there, and the video shows this, and it shows that. What do you have to say about that specific instance?
When he said that many times, but I think he recently said that. When was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. And
he said it's going to come out in a few days. Where's the video? Where's the video? And hopefully there is a video, because guess what that's going to do? Clear the fuck out of my name. I wish there was a video. I'm sure there was a video. I'm positive there was a video. There had to have been one. How? You're in LA. You're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Nah, that stuff happened in the middle of the night on a road,
like a random ass road.
Even if people,
there's so many things that are just
weird.
not. The math ain't math.
Something is weird.
Even the way he asked the question, he had to have submitted questions for them to say yes or no
of course.
Because he asked her they, them, that he wasn't saying nobody's name. The interviewer wasn't saying nobody's name, and then the way she answered.
Yeah, like you said, this feels like more PR. The way it is so structured and on rails, and it allows her
they rehearsed.
Yeah, it damn near feel like there's a script, because she's answering the questions so well, and he's asking them so well
with such a straight face.
Yeah, and
no real emotion.
Not even accidentally even slipping over to the point where he's doing such a good job of protecting her from playing herself. Even if she wanted to get off script a little bit, because you asked,
giving it a direct question line to where she can't say the key facts.
Yeah.
She can't say the key names.
And that was almost the first time when she kind of got a little bit off script. She was like, yeah, it cleared the hell out of me. Well, if it clears you,
then who are you? And then you trying to say, I hope it's a video coming out. I wish nothing bad for Tory, but you hoping the video comes out because you want it to end Megan. How does that? Very Tory sided.
And I'm not mad at you for that, but it's just the fact that we're doing this dance. What's going on?
It's unnecessary. Why y'all lying?
Around rich ass, in a rich ass neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nobody got the footage. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope a video does come out. Until then, leave me the fuck alone. Because I don't know what y'all saying. Y'all saying the video what's this video supposed to show? it's gonna show the real, and it's gonna make people feel bad for me for real, because they gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But
yes.
I don't know. I don't have no bad things to say about Kelsey or Megan or
nothing bad to say.
I don't know, but this interview is very interesting.
I feel like she's spilling tea without spilling tea.
Well, that's what their approach was, but it's almost even
more cryptic than it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're doing it, like that's the thing. I can tell when someone is trying to slowly like spill it without spilling it. That's not what's happening here.
Nah.
This is on rails, nigga. Like,
yeah, she messed up.
This is made to look like we're about to, but we're not gonna do that at all. Yeah, because like
a whole bunch of like clickbait, nice little clips for clickbait.
Because they did. Nothing? Yeah, that's how I saw it. I saw the trailer and this all types of clickbait. Like she finally talking about it,
and she's not saying anything.
Not a damn thing.
They, them, someone there.
Maybe it happened. Maybe it did. Magic.
Who knows? Wow.
But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think that she's hiding something? Do you think that, she took some money? A lot of people were saying that she took some money from Tory. Do you think that, I don't know, that Tory is really innocent? Or do you think that all of this is BS and Megan Thee Stallion is, really the victim in all of this? Let us know. But until then, we got to keep going through these ridiculous ass circus of ass versions of an interview. So until we get this damn video, which I hope Wack 100 actually has,